Yo, what's up, world? It's your boy, Banio Coroma Jr., and I just want to thank God that we made it to see another weekend. We made it to see, we literally made it to see another weekend, like literally. All right, so I want to thank God that we're here together on another weekend, all right? Um, Obviously, today is Weekend Warning, episode 9, and the title of today's video is the world coming to an end? And if so, how to survive these last days. Okay? Now, obviously, if you listen to the news, the world's coming to an end, the sky's falling, stocks are dropping, there's a global pandemic, coronavirus this, coronavirus that. And basically, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is the first time that this has happened, right? In fact, there's nothing new under the sun. In fact, I still remember when we had Y2K. I remember, and then it was, what was it? It was swine flu. Then what was next? Then it was that SARS, right? Then it was mad cow disease, and just goes on and on, right? And this is just another train, another link in that chain, right? It's all connected, right? So if you pay attention, right, you can actually tell that it's the last days, right? I mean, just look at the signs. We almost just had another World War III, right? There's this huge plague in Africa. It's a locust plague, ironic, right? Like the Bible, the plagues. And then now it's this COVID-19 pandemic, right? So what's going to happen next? No one knows, right? So, but it's kind of ironic, right? If you just pay attention and you listen to the signs, right? In fact, in preparation for this video, I actually looked up things that they said would happen in the last days, right? In fact, I found in the book of Timothy, chapter 2, verse 3, for all those of you who are familiar with the Bible. I actually pulled it up, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the Bible, that's fine. I got it right here. I'll read it to you. All right? You ready? Let's go to church. It says, "You must understand that in the last days there will come times of much trouble. People will love themselves and money, right? They will have pride and tell of all the things they have done. They will speak against God. Children and young people will not obey their parents." Sounds familiar, right, young folks? Okay. People will not be thankful, and they will not be holy. Okay. They will not love each other. No one can get along with them. They will tell lies about others. Okay, sound familiar? They will not be able to keep from doing things they know they should not do. It says they will be wild and want to beat and hurt those who are good. Okay? They will not stay true to their friends. They will act without thinking. They will think too much of themselves. And finally, they will love fun instead of loving God. Now, does that sound familiar? Does that remind you of kind of what we're living in right now? Like a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah? Isn't this like the wave right now, the culture? Doesn't this seem like the climate that we're in right now? Right? So it's not ironic that this was written in scripture, and if you look around you, this is what's basically transpiring today. Okay? So we just got to keep our eyes open and stay woke. So, with that being said, I've identified 3 ways to help you survive these last days and all this chaos. All right? You ready? All right, number 1. The number 1 way to help you survive these last crazy, chaotic times is, now this is important. This is actually the most important one. Number 1, pray. All right? You got to stay prayed up, y'all. It's just, I tell you what, okay. This goes out to all the non-believers, right? Because I'm not even here to, preach and get all gospel on you, and I'm not even trying to convert or even go there with religion and stuff. But let me talk to you guys, even you non-believers, right? Let's have an intellectual conversation, right? If you think about it, right? All the smartest men on earth, right? Scientists, philosophers, financial gurus, right? None of them could predict what's happening right now, right? So, in fact, there's a quote says, "Men plan and God laughs," right? So when we make our plans independent of God, God just laughs, right? They say if you want to hear God laugh, just tell him you have a plan, okay? So that's number one. Pray and basically just put your life in God's hands, all right? Especially when we're dealing with all this chaos, when you don't even know what's going to happen, right? Like we had a plan yesterday, and today that plan just got thrown out the window, right? So just put your life in God's hands. Number two, all right? Now, number two, it's basically use this time to focus on the things that really matter, like spending time with your family, working on that dream or that great idea you've been sitting on, right? And doing some deep self-reflection. Now, I don't know what part of the country you're in, but in Illinois, they just announced that they're shutting down all the schools, right? So what that means is a lot of people are going to be forced to go home and either watch their kids, and that's why I said everything's connected because, we're so busy worried about the coronavirus, but the real tragedy and danger is this economic impact. For example, somebody's working a 9 to 5, right? Maybe a single mother, she can't afford daycare, or maybe she doesn't have anybody to watch her kids, so she's depending on the school system to watch her kids while she goes out and hustles, does what she got to do at 9 to 5. Now, when the schools are shut down, now who's going to watch the kids? Oh, sorry, boss, I can't come in today because I got to go watch my kids. Now, you would think the ethical thing to do would be the boss say, all right, don't worry about it. We got a stimulus package coming in from the White House, so you'll be all right. But unfortunately, this is capitalism, right? This is America, right? The land, the dream, right? Land of the free, and the capitalists, right? So unfortunately, the values, which kind of goes back to the end times, we value money more than life, right? We value money more than family, right? So unfortunately, for that single mother who has to now pick between going to work and providing for her family, right? Or staying home and watching her kids and actually spend time with them and teaching them and monitoring them, right? Now she's got to choose, right? And it shouldn't be that way, right? So, but I will say this, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty. And if you do find yourself at home with your kids and that job lays you off, it's going to be a big reality check. And I pray for you. And, basically we got to do what we got to do. But there's two things you can do in that situation. You can either blame the world and say you have the worst life, or you can kind of use it constructively. So what I suggest is, if you are in that situation, use this time to focus on the things that really matter, like spending time with your family, teaching your kids the truth about life, right? Or second thing you can do is work on that dream, right? I'm sure not everybody wants to go to work for someone else out of life. You might have an actual dream and start your own business or a great invention, right? Use this free time now, because think about it. When are you going to get this other free time? When is this chance going to come around again that you'll have all this free time to actually improve your life and work on your dreams and your goals, right? So, and also, most importantly, this is also a time to do some deep self-reflection. Think about it. If that job just laid you off, right, why would you want to put yourself in that situation? So maybe you should do a self-analysis, some deep self-reflection and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I should change my career goal. Maybe I should study something else. Maybe I should go to the trade school, right? Or, I had an idea to start my own business. Why not go ahead and do that, right? So this might be that reset switch that we all need to, to give us that boost to, pursue our goals and go after our dreams, all right? So that was 2. Number 3, okay? Be cautious, but don't panic, okay? Now, what does that mean? Be cautious meaning, like, obviously, if you don't have to go outside, stay indoors, right? But I'm not saying don't panic and don't, bolt yourself into the house, right? I'm not saying do all that, right? But basically, don't do anything irrational, okay? So, for example, don't go in and cash in all your life savings, right? Or don't go on a major shopping spree, right? Because you think you only live once, YOLO, ain't gonna be tomorrow. I'm just gonna blow a bag. Nah, don't do that, okay? Also, number 3, don't do drugs, okay? And I say that all the time, especially my young folks, right? And the most important one, and please take heed, Do not contemplate suicide. Now, some of y'all might think, oh, why would you do that? But you got to realize that it's not just the coronavirus. With this financial chaos and the stock market plunging, people are losing their life savings. Heck, I remember in '98, there was a guy, he lost $2 billion overnight like that. And I don't know the statistics, but I know that the rate of suicide went through the roof. And then they said yesterday, with the stocks dropping like that, it was the worst since 9/11. So, these are real things. And, could you imagine working 30, 40 years and, saving up all this hard-earned money and then poof, overnight it's gone? So it's never worth suicide, y'all. Okay? So, and those are three things. So, in review, the 3 tips on surviving these last days and surviving this chaotic era is: number 1, pray, right? Number 2, use this time to focus on the things that really matter, like spend time with your family, right? Work on your dreams and doing some deep self-reflection. And number 3, be cautious but don't panic, right? So basically, don't do anything irrational, don't do drugs, and please, most importantly, don't contemplate suicide, all right? Now, in closing, I'm going to leave you with this scripture, okay? It says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of sound mind." Okay? So, this is your boy Banner Chroma Jr. Go ahead, like and share this video. And remember to please subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I drop my next video. Alright? Again, I love you. I pray that you have a safe, blessed, and relaxing weekend. And I look forward to seeing you again on Monday. Alright? Peace.